who takes the blame then? Do you think is it Ross Wilson? Is it the board? Is it Van Bronckhorst? I mean, because Ross Wilson might point to the fact he brought 7 players in. The fact none of them featured in the starting lineup, he might say, "Well, that's not my fault." He might think they're good enough. He might say, "Well, they are good enough." Van Bronckhorst might argue differently. Who takes the blame?
Well, ultimately for recruitment, Ross Wilson and the team below him, scouts and recruitment team, they have to take the blame, surely. I'm trying to imagine how you would feel, if you were Ross Wilson or as part of the recruitment team sitting at that game last night, and you know that you've put forward. They put forward loads of players, but you've pushed for them to sign 7 players. None of them are in the starting lineup. The weakest part of Rangers' team last night, even when they were playing well in the first half, was the left side of defence with Sands and Barisic. It was a problem from early on, and Rangers effectively spent £10 million in the summer to fix the left side of the defence after Bassey leaving. They covered 2 positions by getting Ben Davies and Ridvan Yilmaz. Led to believe almost £10 million worth of talent. None of them start. None of them got off the bench. And to almost add insult to injury, the manager throws on an 18-year-old at left centre back when Davies is still on the bench. I thought Van Bronckhorst's comments last night were really significant. Probably the first time
he got a bit touchy, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's the first time he's addressed the issue, and I thought, I don't know what you took for those comments, but I took from those comments that he was saying, listen, I've been given these players by the recruitment team. This is what we could afford. This is what I've been given. I'm looking at them in training, and they're not good enough. So I had to go back to.
It says that he's picking on form. He's picking on form, what he's seen in games and what he's seen in the training field, and clearly, what he's seen from these guys isn't enough. Otherwise, they would be in the team.
Do you think he picked that team to make a point, or do you think? You know what I was thinking back to? I don't know if you ever remember that Celtic Rangers game at Ibrox when Brendan Rodgers played Cal McGregor at fullback, and everybody at the time just said it was at a time when he was having a bit of issues over recruitment. Obviously wanted players that he couldn't get, didn't feel that the board were pushing the boat out enough, and it was like he almost just made a point playing McGregor at fullback. I think even Mikey Johnson might have played up front. And it just screamed that he was making a point. Was Van Bronckhorst making a point, or is that reading too much into it?
No, I think that's maybe reading a wee bit much into it, just purely because I think a game against Napoli in the Champions League is far too important to be, trying to play politics with the board. What I think what he's saying is these guys who have been here for 4 or 5 years are the best players at the club.
Mm-hmm.
How you can naturally draw the conclusion, then therefore the guys who have come in this summer aren't yet or currently aren't doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Then of course you can draw that conclusion, and I think that's what everyone is saying. Everyone's looking at the signings and going. I think I was as guilty as anyone in saying that the signings over the summer look good. On paper they all look good, but so far.
And you have to say that fans. You have to say. I mean, Ross Wilson was criticised. There was a period when it took a while to make a signing, and fans had in for Ross Wilson, and then there was a wee flurry of signings, and it was like, "Oh, Ross Wilson's brilliant," and now people are saying, "Well, now the knives are out for him again," because the evidence says that a lot of these players are maybe not up to it. So, I mean, fans were praising him for long spells there, but it just seems to be now that the evidence has shown that they're not up to it.
The question is, if these players aren't good enough, where does it leave Rangers in January or next summer in terms of a squad that not that long ago, you're on that incredible European run, you're saying, God, the value in this squad, you could sell off 4, 5, 6 of them for big money. You're including guys like Kent and Kamara and that, and they've not been at it this season either. If these 7 players, or the recruitment that was done this summer, if these players aren't good enough, how do you fix that in January or on the summer. I mean, you're looking at Morelos and Kent as two big players who are going to be out of contract next summer. You're looking at the goalkeeping situation. McGregor will surely, this will be his last season. McLaughlin, I think, no, it's agreed that he's not good enough. So the next goal is Robbie McCrory. There's even a problem with McCrory, who's only got a year left in his deal and hasn't signed another one. So your Davises will finish up. Question marks over Ryan Jack. I mean, talking about a rebuild, I mean, it could be absolutely major upheaval between January and next summer if these guys aren't good enough. Now, it's going to take a massive turnaround for suddenly Rabbi Matondo and Ben Davies and Ridvan Yilmaz and others. No, if they're going to become big players for Rangers, then fine. It might not be as big an upheaval as you think, but they've not shown it yet. And if they don't show it quickly, and as we've touched on, Van Bronckhorst making the point last night, that doesn't think these guys are good enough, I think it leaves Rangers in a really bad position come January and the summer in terms of what to do with that squad.